Alright, this is a little video on the Sniper EFI, and we've got the CD box that's sitting down here, the coil sitting right under the horns, distributor, and electronic fuel injection. The whole thing's wired. It's sort of a rat's nest. I put some wires right along in here. They're sort of out of the heat, and got a big breaker there, but that's really for the alternator. So I ran right here is a bundle of 3 wires that all needed switched. Not the white one, the red one, the pink, 2 pink ones, and the orange one from the cooling system. And they basically came off of here. This is my switched power, which this isn't used anymore. So I got a bundle of those, and they're kind of a mess. Of that coil over there, there's only 1 wire coming out of it that's being used at this point, and that's probably the way it will end up. So all that can get cleaned up. But you know, this is just a starting point, and obviously I'll clean it up when time permits. So usually the pink is switched, so you got a pink off your distributor, you got a pink off of your carburetor or your EFI. Power leads. There are 3 things that need power, and they all said bring it to the battery. So that's what that looks like, unfortunately. 1, 2, and 3. It's kind of a mess in my book. I'd probably want to do that differently, but I don't have a method for it right now. I'm right at the point where I have my grounds hooked here, and I'm about ready to throw this puppy on for the first time. Yeah, a little bit exciting because the whole car was correct before I started the wiring. There wasn't any issues with it. Well, nothing major, nothing shorting, let's just say that. And now I've added the radiator and all the EFI stuff and the alternator power. So now it's time to bite the bullet. Got to put that puppy on, see what smokes or what doesn't. I'm gonna cross my fingers. I wired it to the best of my knowledge. Of course, I'm not a wiring person, and I hope to clean all this up at some point. Right now, I just want to get the car to go online and fire, maybe read my be able to read my screen. So for right now, let's see what happens. Wish me luck. It's on. Okay, I'm looking for smoke. I'm gonna feel for that came back off. Hold on. Okay, now it's on. Okay, let me feel wires. See if we got anything going on. Nothing yet. Well, next phase, turn this switch, hit that switch. The fuel tank isn't, the fuel tank wire isn't run, so they're not going to get any fuel in it. The switch would just probably, I'm surprised this isn't on, to tell you the truth. It should be on because it's got power. Why wouldn't it be on? I'll have to look at some notes whether I need keyed switch. Right here I've got a relay, and that's not tripped. 100 amps, but it's really nothing, shouldn't be anything going through it at this point unless I get the alternator going. So that's the start, phase 1. So let's see where we end up here, and I'll get back to you. Alright, it's actually the next day. The second video I did yesterday didn't come out very good. It's one of those Apple phones, and if you hold it straight up and down, it gives you that narrow picture instead of this wide picture. So I'll just redo it for you. But I've already turned on all the keys and everything, and the computer, the handheld computer, went and did its load and is ready to go. It didn't actually take me more than 10 minutes yesterday. This is the following day. As you can see, I wired up the distributor and we're plugged in with all our wires. So I'll show you the rest of this. And I'm just doing this because yesterday's video didn't come out very good. So, okay, let's see. Here's the handheld. And also, I might as well reset up this wizard because it didn't quite come out right. So here's the wizard. One second. Let's see, is it? Yeah, there's a stylus. Might as well use it. Well, it says it's configured, but let's see if I can configure it again. So it's your regular 415. You got 8. You want 404, not 7. Let's go with 440. Target idle, let's go 750, let's have a little bit more. Okay. Mild, none. Now I said the other day I had a CD box, but I watched a video, magnetic Holley dual sync Hyperspark. Got a Hyperspark and a CD box. And they chose the Hyperspark when they had the CD box and everything, so I'll just go ahead and do it. Ignition timing. I think it was like supposed to be on 5 initially. Please cycle the ignition. So you have to cycle the ignition. Well, I never turned it off to begin with. Stall. So that's it. That's configured. So pretty straightforward. So the last thing I need to do is put my fuel tank in. and we'll go ahead and I'll show you that, and then we'll call it a day. Ooh, pretty. Okay. Fuel tank, Hotchkiss shocks in there. Fuel tank's sitting right there, brand new Holley Sniper tank. Got the lines ready. So really all I have to do is blow out those lines and hook up the tank, and away we go. I think I'm going to do that today. So the next video, hopefully we'll be starting it if I've done things correctly. Can't base out.